We play this one through. Let's just organise our defensive line quicker. This is nearly first play of the game. We're kind of walking back. I'd like to see us faced up, looking out here, and jogging backwards and getting into our line quickly. Dave, you're back to the play. You certainly can't read what the dangers are there, and looking into the ruck. In this plug position, don't really need anyone in this plug position at the moment. That will be Chad's job. He sees that space. I'd like to see you in the line, mate, making the tackles rather than hanging in behind. Plays through here. If they want to move this, not the greatest of lines there really, and this is early in the game. It does you connect quite well there, and I take that back actually. 3 players there connect quite well. Just here again, a tip ball here. Matt's come out of the line quite well. He's going to leave us in a bit of trouble. I haven't seen on this view whether Wade was connected early, but when Matt's pushed up like that, we need players outside him. The tip balls come through, and a decent tackle there from Wade, but we've opened up quite a big hole. So again, Logie in, Gabe in, Trey looking in, Dennis looking in. I got no problem with Dennis looking in. Everyone out there should be looking at your threats out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players could be a threat. Gordy come around the corner could be a threat too. As we play it out, we actually have some decent line speed here from the first 1, 2 there. Trey, you've dropped back. You're nowhere. Logie, you need to be up here pushing harder. Guys, it's not a good straight line. This is early in the game. We should have high energy. Even our wingers, whoever's out wider out there, should be pushing up hard as well. And even with their mistakes, they get around us. That ball goes to hand. There's 2 players out there unmarked. Just a real good thing here. Excellent play here, Dragon. Seeing the space. I don't know how we were lined up, whether we were lined up in box there, but I would like a winger to be holding the width with Connor all the time. Someone's always out there, so that would be, I think it's Mowgli's wing. I'm not sure where the players are there, but if there was a winger out there, it could probably bounce up into their hands and we could be away, so good recognition of space. I feel this is a little bit laziness here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these players here, you're looking over here. There's nothing in front of you. There's all these gaps over here. So maybe you're looking into the right spot to see the threats, but no one moves really. Okay? You're still just walking, having a look. There's still space over here. Walking. Wade eventually puts a bit of a jog on, but it's too late. We have to identify space faster than that, leaving players on an island out there. Watching that back, we've worked hard at this, and this is again early in the game. Our energy levels shouldn't be low. Jake, Jake knows exactly what he's done wrong here, but so for anyone else watching, just a good example of trying to stay in your zone. Really, we're probably pushing a little bit of a drift here, and I feel Derek's going to come across and have the hard line runner. And as we play it through, so just rewind it a bit. It's a good example for any 13s out there. Jake's probably got his hips a little bit square, his feet a little bit planted, I mean. Then he's working back in. Derek could have that tackle. Jake could stay out on Blevs. And should be a 2-on-2. Little bit of disconnect there. I'd probably like to see Richie push a little bit harder. It's a 2-on-2 out here. So if you're in line with Connor up here, Richie shut down these options, but it doesn't matter. We've already made the mistake in there. Good example for any other 13s out there that possibly don't know defensive positioning too well. Good play here, guys. Alpha. And then we just get a little bit flat. Everything's just a little bit flat here. We've got no second line runners. As we play it on, bang, we got through the gap quite well. Just pushing passes, no patience on down here. I know if that ball goes to hand, it's a try, but it doesn't go to hand. And if we have patience, we have a couple of players out here marked even before we're straightened up. Just word of the day. Word of the day is going to be patience. I know it's not one of my big ones, but it's going to be the word of the day. Okay, probably a missed scoring opportunity here. This one, I'll let you guys see the space outside when we take it in. We take it into contact there. Hips in. That's their last offender. One, two, three guys basically unmarked. We take it into contact. We've got to see what's outside us in this situation. It's certainly another botched try that would have been a walkover and an easy 7 points. And as we play it on, they get over the ball. We go in way too high on our clear-outs, and it's turned over. 7 points against us. I've spoken to the backs about this one, but like, it's actually fucked me off because what do we practice all these shapes for? Last Thursday, I hammered some shapes into you, some blocker shapes. You can set up a Bravo, you can set up the box, the line, and you've just gone simple fucking hands. And you're flat. We know they're going to rush out of the line. We're going a little bit sideways, and as we go through, they rush up as we know they're going to do. Bang, Jake gets pounded on a ball and all tackle, and it's an error. So simple, like, just try something new. Don't be scared to try something new. Got to get off this old school hand shit. Okay, Derek, well picked up here. Taken into contact. This one has gone to hand and popped out. Yep, Matt's got it. Well done. Pops it up to Dave off the ground. Dave, a little bit of vision here maybe of what's around you. If the pass happens now, there's two players outside you unmarked. Okay, but you take it in. And in fact, we lose the ball here over the line, and it's a turnover. One pass there, it's another 7 points. So, as you've seen here, it's probably 3 times. There's 21 points in the first sort of 15 minutes of the game we've left on the board. This game could be done and dusted. But these sort of errors and not being aware of what's around us, a little bit of white line fever, is allowing other teams to stay in the game. Again, a little bit one-dimensional. Like to see second phase runners here. Flat line, 1, 2, 3, 4. All you're standing in a flat line. Someone even if you're a forward, get connected in behind here for a tug here. Could be a turbo, something different. We're just in a flat line. So you play it on, just a drop ball. But it's very one-dimensional, fellas. Very, very one-dimensional. Josh, first roll here. The 7's not really having a go. Any 7's here. Your first roll here is to take the cutback. As we play it on, they run the cutback. It's kind of, if it comes into this hole, we're in a lot of trouble. Matt's job as 8 isn't really to cover that hole, this cutback hole. You're on 10 rather than 9, Josh. I know you think you can have a go at him, but the system that we're working, 7's on 10. Good carry here. Let's see who runs to support Logie. He's made a break. Okay, Corn, well done. You're on his ass. Okay, Wade seems to be going there. We rewind it a little bit. Dave, you should be flooding up there to try and get an offload. Trey, you should be running that direction. Okay, it seems that Gabe is. We're just waiting for other people to do the work. You know, you should be really wanting to support Logie here. Still all walking. Still all walking on a break. This is still early in the game. No one seems really that interested of what's going to happen. No one's even running into this space here to come back this way and score. This is really frustrating to watch, and I hope you guys feel why I'm kind of getting a little bit frustrated. There's just no urgency to win, I don't feel. There's no urgency. It's someone else will do something for you. Still don't look that interested in playing over here. Okay, decent line here. But then we get a little bit erratic. Matt's pushed hard. Dave hasn't pushed as hard with them. We haven't come that hard on the inside. And that good line shape has just turned into sporadicness now. You know, Jake's up. Big holes in here. We're pushing the winger. Mowgli, you got to push up as well. We're trying to push up into this area and shut all this down. We're just walking on defense. Bang, gets through. It's just really lackadaisious. Okay, No kind of kick chase. This is from a 22 dropout. We should have some kind of a semblance of a line of a kick chase from a 22 dropout. There's just nothing. Fair play to Dennis and Dave are up there. But out here, there's holes. Wade's by himself. I mean, that's just not a kick chase line. Make it 10 metres slower and bring everyone together. There's too many holes. Okay, so here's our Adidas. Dave, you should be in here. Matt straightens up here. Derek runs off, and we can tug out the back. Instead, we get a bit too wide too quickly. And now we're just running sideways. Everyone's just running sideways. No one can straighten. We're just forcing the ball out. And it's just a simple error. Simple giveaway. We're fairly lucky that they throw the ball away here. They don't get away and score on us. Okay, as we play here, just the effort play. Actually, lads, I'll tell you what, I don't think that clip was supposed to be in there. This is the clip I was talking about. So just see a pure effort play here from Tom Dillon. Okay, he's in that ruck. He gets down low, makes that good tackle, rolls, he's up on his feet, makes the next tackle, dominant tackle, up on his feet, clears this ruck out, makes some urgency into the Hornets players. They pass to a player that's certainly not in a position or not ready to take the ball. What more can you ask for, fellas, from a guy, really? If we had 15 guys with urgency like that, playing for 80 minutes or 60 minutes even, we'd be a completely different team. Okay. Great nudge from Chad. Chasing up the field. I know it's going to go out. What if it doesn't? Chad's the only one there for miles. Reverse it back. It doesn't seem like any of these guys want to chase. Like, you're playing for each other. You're playing for the Canucks. We always talk about a brotherhood, but these are effort plays. We're not seeing a lot of effort. I got so this one, another error. I haven't got any problems with trying these little things in the game. I'm not gonna slay Wisps for doing this, but I've never seen anyone practice a mini dropout at training or work on these skills. If you want to use these skills on a Saturday, go and practice a chip dropout or go and practice a little mini one before we're taking these games into these sort of skills into a game. They score off this. You know, it's a situation where we could have probably put it deep, got rid of, got the ball out or hung it in the air and had a challenge against it. You know, and I hate singling you out here, Wisps. It's not fair because you're a great player, but if I see you working on these small things at training, then I have no issue with us doing them. And then here, tackling is just too high, fall off, score. Just a silly penalty, fellas. We've just given away points. Just given away points. Okay, and sorry to sing you out there, Matt, but you know the ball's still in the ruck here. It's right in front of the touchy. Just a little hand flicks it back, you know, and we give away the penalty. They go down the field. Just things like that. We can't be piggybacking teams. Everyone just a little bit sideways here. You know, the Bravo, I'd love to see Tom either lined up probably flatter on the outside with Matt, but I can't fault you because you're new. And then Derek, I'd like to see you maybe in connected in here. But as we play it on, we just all go a little bit sideways, a little bit nowhere. We've actually got lovely space out there. We've held our width really well, and that's the space that we utilised against the Irish. The number for today is 4. But we were too flat and too running sideways to actually utilise that space. Again, I feel Corn, you've put yourself in a decent second line position here. I'd love to see you sort of running out on an overs. We just play it through. Love to see that pass come to Corn here, Dave. You know, get it into space, get the big man in a bit of space. We had talked about you were worried about the rush defence, but that was an opportunity we could go out. It's taken into contact. Trey coming over the top way too high. they're on the ball, and a simple turnover, and it results in 3 points from 2 phases after that. Our rucking's just been far too high, and that's something that us as coaches will address and make sure we get lower. Just love Big Vin here. Okay, instead of just sitting on the ruck and laying an egg on it, the player that's fallen over, he's made an attempt to clear him out, and then he's trapped him in there. Okay, he's trapped the guy in there, and we've won a not rolling away penalty. So you go back, play it in full motion. Instead of just sitting on a ruck, hit a guy. He's there to be hit. Roll him off, try and get him out of there. Bang. That's an old head move there, Vin. Again, good line-out win here. Come in. I don't mind this move. We've come off the top. I'm not sure if the backs are aware of what's going on. Rich is on the inside. We need our 12 or another forward running a hard line. And Dave, again, you should be back in here connected, coming around for the tug. This is just isolated. I don't know whether these players don't know what's happening, but we're better than this. We practice this every week. It's coming to games and guys are just switched off. The hole's there. We just don't quite know what's going on. A little bit sideways again here, fellas. We play it forward. Okay. Dave, I think, pretty good opportunity to pass here. I feel you've got the time. 1, 2, 3, 4 against 2. You draw and pass and put these players away. We've really got a chance, and it's an advantage, so we could really use the ball as we play. Possibly not the right options. Actually, Mowgli was in behind connected there. So there's 5 players. Again, I think this is going to be the exact same example. Better. Dave, if you were in here, running around this way. A little bit more, 11 o'clock running to 1 o'clock. But at least someone's running off. Matt here. We come through and he's holding a defender. And if we do get it around the corner, I presume we have Dave, Derek, Jake, Whispers, the winger, and this winger coming around against 2 players. If we can get it around the corner. It's probably a try. But again, these are things we've actually worked on at training. I don't know if you don't like these moves or if you don't know what's happening, but players need to talk to me because these errors are mental errors. They should be happening. We eventually get it around there into space. We come back this way, I think. Carry well here. Good pump of the legs. This is maybe the nail in the coffin. Maybe a little bit flat here, Gabe. We knew they were going to rush. Tough one. You're about to get hit. Matt, you're in a decent tug position. Love to see Richie just a little bit deeper. Okay, but the mistake unfortunately happens here. And I know this is a knock on, but we could have taken this out of our into our control by not having made the first error ourselves. The number is not 4. The secret word is Texaco, to make sure people have watched to the end. Okay, I know I got fairly frustrated there, fellas, and there was a lot of negative stuff in there, but you can see what we have created if we stick to our plan. And I think you can see the effort levels in this game were a bit shit, really. We've talked about it in the past that the Hornets maybe have been such a strong powerhouse in rugby for so long that you're beaten before you get on the field. And I certainly don't think that's happened with everybody, but some people still have it in the back of their minds maybe. And for the second round, when I do watch how badly we actually played in this game, and we still were this close to them, when they had their 2 internationals, if we can lift effort levels and knock out some of those errors, I'm really, really excited to see how the second half of the season goes.